Tonight on Podcast 'em Down, we tried to tell you, ladies, but you just didn't listen.
He doesn't speak for me. Hail Metal Nation. It is I, Tim. That was Nitro, trademark. And damn it. All right. And this is Podcast 'em Down. I forget if I already said that. Okay, so in the past, we I should back up more.
Let's back up.
PWHL is
Professional League of Women's Hockey or something like that?
It's a professional women's hockey league. That's what it is. All right. So the PWHL had 6 teams. And, well, they still have 6 teams. But they did their inaugural season with just PWHL Boston, PWHL Minnesota. They didn't have identities. They had colors. And that's it. All right. So.
And cities.
So we, here on Podcast 'em Down, helpfully, most of them had cities. Because the New York team played in, like, Connecticut and New Jersey.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. Well, they had
broadly
geographical areas.
Yeah, New York-ish. It didn't sound as good. So we, here at Podcast 'em Down, helpfully created metal identities for them. Do you happen to remember what they were?
I don't remember all of them, but I remember I bought multiple shirts that are somewhere in my house.
They are still for sale. It was I should have looked this up. It was the Minnesota Wendigo.
Oh, yeah, Wendigo. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Well, let me just go to steelresolve.com.
Yeah, I'm
where the shirts are
ahead of you.
Okay.
Also, by the way, the Cobweb metal album framed canvas still available on steelresolve.com.
Oh, yeah. That's the one I drew when everyone was talking about something I didn't care about.
Yeah, and it's available for $66.60.
Yep. All right, so we got the Minnesota Wendigo, the Montreal French, the New York Radiants.
Oh yeah, they were fucking awesome.
The Ottawa Justice.
Yep.
The Toronto Dominion. That's so it. Good. Is that 6? Oh, and the Boston Plague.
Boston Plague.
Yes.
Which we thought was going to be the medalist because it was the first one we named, and it turned out to be not even like top 3.
Right. So, also longtime listeners of Podcast 'em Down know that we rate the metalness of teams. Now, that is not this episode because we need Doug and a coin standing in for Dave.
Yeah.
to be able to properly rate the metalness. But what we are going to do is look at what they chose and give so they announced the team names and identities, right? We're going to look at what they did and I guess talk about them, but not rate them.
Right. These are unrated. So any numbers we give are clearly for illustrative purposes only. These are not actual ratings. Is there a spreadsheet? No spreadsheet will be opened during this episode. No spreadsheet.
All right. So, without further ado, instead of the Boston Plague, they went with the Boston Fleet.
Oh dear.
All right. So I have their what's it called? Word mark and their logos for each team.
Did they change the colors? Remind me.
I don't remember. I feel like Boston was green. So, yeah, I think they did keep the colors they originally had.
I'll just assume that they kept the colors for purposes of consistency.
Okay, so what I do have, how about this? The hockeynews.com put out the final 4 choices for each for each team, and I want to read it, and we'll decide. How about this? We'll decide if they chose the most metal of the final 4, because we know they didn't want to pay the royalty that we were going to charge.
Sure.
So instead of Boston Plague, Okay. So here we go. Boston Fleet. Here's what it says. Boston ended up with a wicked awesome name in the Boston Fleet.
Wrong.
According to the Hockey News, I'd say that's debatable. It could have been the linguistically confusing Boston Wicked.
Better.
But the league turned on their brooms and brought in a fleet of hockey players to Boston's harbor. The Irish influence of the city almost emerged, with the Boston Emeralds being
Better.
a finalist, with the fourth name that will remain unused being the Boston Blitz.
No, bad. Okay.
Boston Wicked by a mile. And
Boston Wicked. Boston Wicked. They could have had a witch. It's fucking Salem witch trials. Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite women's hockey team? Oh, it's the Boston Wicked. They're the best there.
You went Cockney.
They're the best out there. Right.
Park the car and watch the Wicked, eh?
Park the car.
Wait, I went Canadian.
Go to the yard. I'm watching the Wicked.
Let's try a few of these others. The Boston Emeralds are playing. No, that doesn't work at all.
But they could have had like little green guys. That's fine. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, Fleet is the name of enema. You never want to name your sports team after an enema. Also, traditionally, Fleet is a flotilla of boats on water. Ice ruins boats, except for icebreakers, and there's very few.
In which case, the boat ruins the ice.
Yeah, but even if you have an icebreaker, your fleet has to go single file behind it and is extremely vulnerable. So, yeah, horrible name. You suck.
Okay, well, let's look at their logo here. Their logo.
Well, I'm glad we're all thinking about buttholes and water being shot up those buttholes, because that's what we have.
I wasn't thinking that.
Oh, I'm thinking that.
It looks like they were trying to make you remember the Hartford Whalers logo, but it's like put on its side and it's an anchor, which, by the way, would stop a fleet.
Yeah. No, yeah. Anchors also. No, not.
Or is it like a double-sided fishhook? Like, because it's a B. It's a B with like sharp edges and and waves in it.
It does not look very fun, or very nautical. Even the wiggles. You know what it looks like? It looks like a conceptual, like, landscaping gardening piece, like in an urban center. Like, I could see like geraniums planted here, like in a town center type mixed use shopping area. But that's it. That's not nautical to me at all.
Yep. Should have gone with Boston Wicked. Would have been more better.
You could have made a sailboat with a B sail so easily, but you didn't.
Hey, yeah. Yeah, and these squiggles are going to be too hard for like the young fans to draw.
Yeah, no one can ever make a cardboard sign, a poster. Like, you think these young Bostonians are going to go to Walgreens and get their magic markers to draw this? No chance.
All right, well,
square.
Let's see if it gets better from here. All right, the Minnesota Frost.
And now, did we not have a Frost? We had.
I feel like
something similar.
Yeah, I feel like that was something we were thinking.
Okay,
we called something Frost.
We did call something Frost. We definitely discussed Frost. I think actually the Frost might have been our second choice to Wendigo. Actually,
yeah. Maybe. Okay. Originally proposed to be the Minnesota Superior.
No.
Okay, so it says a slightly confusing name given Wisconsin and Michigan's superior ties to Lake Superior.
Right, yeah, wrong.
Yeah, but Wisconsin and Michigan don't have PWHL teams, so they can suck it. The problem with Superior is I'm thinking nunnery.
Oh, yeah, no, that's true too.
I'm thinking Mother Superior.
Since we're talking about Lake Superior and Michigan and Wisconsin, one of my favorite memes ever is a map of the what is it, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and it says the fact that Wisconsin hasn't taken this tells you everything you need to know about those cowards.
Where's my? There it is. All right. It's better when I just stop it hard.
Yeah, no, it's much better.
But instead, the league went with something Minnesotans are well accustomed to. Frost. There was a chance, however, that Minnesota would be the lone team in the league to use an animal as their nickname. Are you ready?
Uh-oh.
Minnesota Marmots was a finalist.
You know what? I don't hate the Marmots.
That just makes me think of the Big Lebowski.
I mean, that's more of like a peewee football team than a professional women's hockey team. But
hey, well, maybe they need a minor league team.
Yeah, they're minor league.
Name them the Marmots.
When we have the professional women's minor league hockey league, they can be the Marmots.
They can be in Wisconsin.
Yeah, the Wisconsin Marmots.
There we go.
Madison Marmots. Yes. Done.
You heard it here first. All right.
Get those checks coming, ladies.
Yeah. You are making me cringe.
That's my job.
All right. The other finalist was the Minnesota. I almost said Marmots again. The Minnesota Monarchs.
There's another Monarchs team.
The Manchester Monarchs
was
a minor league hockey team. In the AHL.
Yeah.
But I think they moved. But I think Monarchs is too generic.
Yeah, Frost is good. Frost is
good. I also like the pointy font they used. And it's kind of like all pointing into the.
And even though they're stuck with the purple here, it looks kind of cold.
It does. All right, here is.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah, so their logo is an F, but it has it's covered in vectorized icicles, basically. Yeah. Picture a cold F. That's what you got.
I have a word of advice to the Boston Fleet. I need you to fire whoever made the decision to call you the Boston Fleet. Write an email to the lowest ranking person on this design team. Hire them. They will give you 1,000 times better name and logo.
There might be another team that's gonna grab them first. No, because I happen to know what's coming up.
Wait, are you saying that the Frost are a high point?
No, I'm saying the low point isn't the Boston Fleet.
Oh no. There's only 6 teams. How bad can it get?
I don't know what's in that river, that canal. We'll get there. All right. Next up, the Montreal Victoire.
Okay, I like this. It looks like a bistro. I don't really get professional hockey team from this. I like their use of mauve.
I think they did have this color already.
I think they did too.
The red, because our Montreal French shirt is this color.
Yeah. This is fine. This is great. This is fine. It's very, it needs to be a vague French noun. I think we just call them the French, right? Yeah. I mean, Montreal French, Montreal Victoire are essentially equivalent. Is fine.
Yeah, they're embodying the same idea that I think we were trying to go for. Okay, so the Hockey News article helpfully translates these for you.
Victoire means victory, dumbasses.
We know it's the Victoire in Montreal, which translates to victory in English. Thanks, thehockeynews.com. The other names listed by Bauer, I guess that's the owner, included the originally applied for Montreal Echo.
No.
Terrible name.
I mean, maybe it's Les Echos. Allez, Les Echos. No.
Yeah, awful name. Along with the Montreal Lumiere.
Okay, no, but all these dummies are going to think of the stupid Beauty and the Beast character.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
See,
you
I know what dumb people think, Tim.
That's I walked into that one, but Lumiere in that movie is like the most stereotypical French guy. You don't want to be associating with that.
Also, male character. We don't want a male character associated with our women's hockey team.
Yep. All right, ready? And the Montreal Metro. Now that is as bad. No, I think it's as bad a name as the Expos, but I liked the Expos because it's such an awkwardly terrible name.
No, but that's exactly what I'm saying. That has like a certain Montreal quality to it. It calls to mind the Expos, which were horribly ripped from that fine city and brought to that fucking stinkhole Washington, D.C., and given the Walgreens logo on their hat. So you took the best logo in baseball and just put the Walgreens logo on the hat. I will never forgive you for that. But yeah, of those, Victoria is much better.
Their ballpark is extremely nondescript, though.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Hang on. Let me finish reading this to you.
Okay.
In English, Lumieres translates to lights. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for that.
Glad we're on the same page.
Victoire was the only remotely good option there, except for possibly Metro. All right, here's their logo. So it's a shield with a fucking geometric. I don't know. Is that a torch?
This is like, it's a
or is it an eagle?
It's also
or is it a fleur de lis? Yeah,
there's an M in there.
It's kind of abstract, so it could be a bunch of things. Do you see the eagle?
I do see the eagle.
Do you see the light?
I do see the light.
You know, and it could be. I didn't even notice the M. There's an M in there, and the fleur de lis. Yeah,
this looks like the patch that many a young French soldier had on their arm as they marched to Flanders Fields to get gassed by Germans. I mean, this just says like French resistance, the spirit of the French. Perfect.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
This is I don't know. This could be in the background of Les Miserables, which is French, by the way, for the Miserables.
The Miserables.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Thanks, Sporting News.
All right, next.
Whoa.
New York Sirens. That's how I read that. Okay, so audio medium. It says New York, right?
New York.
But then it says sirens, but it's like trying to like have a visual depiction of maybe an echo or a sound.
It's trying to be very like 70s. Or early 80s. It's trying to do like this optical. I know what they were doing. I don't know that they succeeded in it, but I can kind of, it just feels like a grainy 70s. Like, Tim, I'm sure you've seen like, it was like, I think ABC, like when they had a special presentation, they had like this wacky card that they would play on TV. It's like special. It's a special. It looks like one of these.
I know exactly what you're doing. All right. Here's what the Hockey News has to say. As the teams are lured into arenas this winter, they'll need to watch out for the deadly song of the New York Sirens. I like the name.
The name is good.
Choice. Yeah, it's pretty good because, it's luring men to their death.
Yeah.
So, and hopefully visiting this, it's like that band Emasculator that, Sierra White.
Interviewed on Podcast Him Down, episode 448.
Is in Emasculator. It was like, what a brilliant band name. Oh my God. And Sirens, not as brilliant as Emasculator.
Emasculator's good name for a PWHL hockey team too, for the record.
I'd say the New York Emasculators.
Oh, hell yeah. If my girlfriend let me.
Yeah. Maybe the Minnesota Emasculators. That almost works. Almost. Not anyway. And hopefully visiting teams can get a good night's sleep despite the noisy street sirens of the city. See what they did there?
Yeah, no, don't do that. Go all in on the Argonauts.
Yeah. It's a better sounding name, pun intended, than the New York Sound name, likely originally devised to connect Connecticut with Long Island. So they were going to be the New York Sound.
Oh, the New York Sound. That's too clever. Not people will be like, "What's the sound?" Yeah, I like the idea, but it's not going to work.
With the team, all right, I want to say this as it's written. With the team likely heading out of Connecticut permanently,
Oh,
you know, the New York team that's playing in Connecticut.
it could be called the Hartford Whales.
Well, there was a women's team named the Hartford. I think it was the Whale. It was the Whale.
Yeah, the Whale.
It wasn't the Whales. Yeah. Anyway.
But they could be named for the country.
Oh yeah, there we go. Blah, blah, blah. Aside from their practice facilities, Sirens was the new choice. The others, New York whittled their names down to New York Rush and New York Odyssey, along with Sound and Sirens.
Odyssey. Okay, well, they were clearly reading the Odyssey because that's where the sirens are from, and they were just like, "Oh, we gotta have another name."
And he's trying to rush home.
Yeah.
That's why it took him 20 years.
But again, the Odyssey is a story of a man who cheats on his wife multiple times, only to come home to find his wife is cheating on him. So probably not the best themes for a women's hockey team.
Yeah, I think out of this, Sirens was the
Sirens
best
is
choice. But they also punted on the fucking logo. They kept the Sirens thing and then like put it over. Now I had to stare at this. So it's like, you know, the fancy S that you used to draw in high school.
Oh,
it looks like that, but it's New York. It's NY.
Yeah.
But they've also covered it with sirens in such a way that it's very difficult to tell that it's NY behind sirens.
Right. Now this logo is really bad. I'm tempted to rate it, but I know that I cannot. But
well, you can rate it. It's just meaningless and
true. This is not Sirens. It's weird. I think if you named a women's hockey team the Harpies, it would somehow be misogynistic. Sirens are also bloodthirsty Greek female monsters, but I don't think that's a misogynistic name. But they give you so much. There could be a mermaid. There could be like a dragony thing, like a sea monster. There's so many ways, like a beautiful but grotesque thing. There's so much you could do with this. Oh my God.
Then they did nothing with it.
Tim, holy shit. This is a fucking siren like dome. They didn't even get it right. This is like a flashy light deal. That's why it's like that, because those are the lights flashing out. They missed the whole fucking point of Sirens. They had a great idea and they workshopped it into the fucking ground.
Yeah, this was done by a committee.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, this is corporate. I'm sure. I'd like to see the original concept art from the, from the artists before it got mangled in a boardroom.
I would like to see whoever greenlit this drowned in the New York Sound.
All right.
Okay. Refreshing change.
Ottawa, charge. All right, and charge looks like it's moving real fast.
Yeah. It looks like they went to a Calgary Flames garage sale.
Right. That's yes. I hate this. This is
I mean,
I don't like it.
I don't like it, but it kind of looks like a parody of a sports logo.
It does. It's like this is like a Key and Peele sketch.
Yeah.
It's like, we're gonna talk to Aaronson from the Ottawa Charge. It's like
this is like from a movie where Vince Vaughn is like a swift,
right.
like he's like a fast talking lawyer who gets in trouble and is sentenced to be the coach of a women's hockey team.
You'll be in charge of the Ottawa Charge.
But Judge, I don't know anything about hockey. Right. I'd watch that movie.
You can almost hear Ottawa's massive crowds cheering, "Charge!"
A point of order. There's no massive crowds in Ottawa.
Yeah, I can see that, but every single arena of every single sport plays charge.
Yeah, I mean, again, I know what they were trying to do here.
Yeah. History will remain in the past as the team avoided the use of the Ottawa Alert name, an homage to the Ottawa Alerts, one of women's hockey's top teams in the first quarter of the 20th century. Okay, that is the only only reason they could use alerts, because
they're like public domain.
No, it's like calling back to something 100 years ago. I think is fine with a name as bad as the alerts.
Okay,
you know,
like it was cool in 1920.
All right, perhaps. Linking to the parliamentary connections with the city, another name under consideration was the Ottawa Guard. Not bad. It could be not Guardians. Great. Like,
yeah,
Guard sounds like, you know, like I'm picturing like a mall cop.
Yeah,
he's wearing like Paul Blart, and it says Guard on his shoulder.
Like not a soldier, not a cop.
Right, like he failed the physical, or she failed the physical. This person failed the physical, to get into the academy, and now is just a guard. You know,
I'm a guard.
Calls the real police, so that one doesn't work. With the remaining finalists being the Ottawa Advance. That sounds too financial to me. Can I get an advance?
Yeah, and it also sounds too conceptual. Not as our team was the Ottawa Justice, much better. Had that parliamentary connection, government connection. Now, I don't want to be too harsh because it's Ottawa, and Ottawa will always be the most disappointing member of the set, no matter what it's in, whether it's capital cities in North America, whether it's like NHL team names, whether it's like beautiful Eastern Canadian cities. Like it's just the bottom, and that's fine. That's okay. It's a lovely place. I've had a great afternoon in Ottawa and got the fuck out of there. But that's why the charge is not so bad for me. It is disappointing. They could have done better, but I don't mind if this is as bad as it gets. The fleet is much worse than charge.
What if I think charge is worse. What if charge? Well, we'll get there real quick. But what if it was like charge in the legal sense? Like you've been charged with murder.
Yeah, they should have done like a parliament thing. They should have been like the Ottawa election, the Ottawa debate. Oh, all right. Failure.
Yeah,
you had a better.
I saw this first. Maybe that's why I hated it.
Oh, okay.
Right, so here's the logo. I think this also got workshopped.
Definitely.
I want the O and the C in the logo, but it ends up looking like a tire rolling down the street after an accident.
This would literally be a great logo for the Orlando Magic, but this is a horrible logo for the Ottawa Charge.
Yep.
I'm not even sure what this is.
It's part of the concept art for the Tron cycle in the remake of Tron.
It looks like a cartoon wheel has come off a car.
That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah. No. Horrible. Right. Why is there awful. The most recognizable letter shape here is an M. Why is that there?
There is an M. For Ottawa.
M. Ottawa?
Yeah, the Ottawa.
Awful. Totally awful. All right, I take back every nice thing I said about Ottawa Charge.
Well, so I did see this before. So maybe that influenced my decision on the name.
Do you remember the Wizards logo that like had a fucking wizard in it?
Yeah, I love that.
It's like that, but bad.
Right. I like the wizard because it was also an awkward wizard because it was he was made of a W.
Yeah, I mean, but even that was his beard, Tim. But yeah, no, like,
oh yeah,
like they saw that and said, "Let's do that, but bad."
All right, Toronto. What was our Toronto Dominion?
Toronto Dominion, fucking awesome ass name.
All right, the Toronto Scepters. Most fans were against the Toronto Torch name given how it is said in French and its anti-feminist meaning.
Wait, hold on.
Why did that go anywhere?
Torch in French. Dosh. Okay.
Like I don't understand how that was even an option.
That's amazing.
Because someone was like, I got a great name, and then like it was probably like days until someone said,
Huh.
Find it.
I'm looking. I don't know. Maybe it's a French Canadian thing.
All right, Toronto will now forever be known as the Toronto Scepters, but they could have been the Toronto Sentinels, not bad,
not
or
bad.
the Toronto Tempests.
Tempests. That seems a little misogynist. Not as much as Torch apparently, but
was the Tempest being what happened in that Shakespeare play?
I mean, there's some there's some, I don't know, magic. Our revels now are ended. It's fine. It's oh no.
Did you find it?
I'm looking. It means a bundle of sticks.
Oh. Hey, maybe.
Uh-oh. All right.
Hey, Toronto. You could have taken the 90 seconds it took him to figure this out.
Maybe look it up.
All right. Can I draw on this? Because I can. All right. I have a suggestion that's going to improve this. Okay. Of course, I'm writing in blue. Let me find another color. Oh, I'll do it in green here. How do I make it more bolder? I won't. All right. Here. I'm just going to swap a couple letters and make it the Spectres. Now it's way awesome.
Yeah. Spectres much better than
Scepters. I know you can't read what I had.
Yeah.
All right. And there. Oh no.
What the fuck is that?
That's their logo. I think there's supposed to be a scepter in there. Like,
okay.
But it's instead of it's a floating orb with an arrow above like a minor league baseball team's TS logo.
Yeah, I don't think that's right. Not great. No.
Nope. All right.
Sorry. Try.
There you go. Oh, there's those were all the options. Some hits, lots of misses.
Lots of misses.
Hey, just like the PWHL.
Because it's we did a funny.
We can't end stronger than that. Let's get out of here. I didn't plan that. That's
amazing. Sorry, everyone. This is our last episode. We'll never be funnier than we just were.